I'm ready, buddy. Go ahead. Fire away.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to another edition of Bardo's Breakdown. I'm your host, Stephen Bardo, and I'm really pleased to be joined today by Penn State head coach Patrick Chambers. Coach, how you doing?
Doing awesome, Stephen. Great to see you, buddy.
Great to see you as well. Appreciate your time. I'll get you out of here quick. I just want to touch in with you and see how you guys are doing in preparation for postseason play. We know that you're going to be playing. We're just not quite sure exactly where that's going to be. We're hopeful that it's NCAA. What are you doing during this week that, everybody was questioning whether it was going to be a difficult thing to do or to work out? What are you doing this week?
So I gave, obviously we made it to the semis, which is great. As a 7 seed, we made it to Saturday night. We gave them a few days off because it's our spring break.
Oh, okay.
So I gave days off. Then we're going to start back today. Just, skill development, get a nice lift in, just get their feet wet again. Hopefully their bodies are healed up a little bit. As you know, playing in the Big Ten, you can be beat up a little bit. You can be battered. So we'll do that today, and then we go back at it tomorrow. Just focusing on us and our habits and our foundation of defending and rebounding.
And, Coach, you've been really consistent with that throughout the year. I've noticed, anytime we talk to you at Big Ten Network or we see you at practice, you say the same thing. And it's like, how long has it taken this group to really embrace that? Because it seemed like you guys really hit your stride down the stretch.
Yeah, I agree. And not having Josh Reeves for those 4 games, even though we got 1 win, that kind of set us back a little bit. We had to reinvent ourselves. But then once he came back the night at Ohio State, which was a great win for us, that really started the 100% or 95% buy-in. Everybody started to defend and rebound and communicate and trust. Ball screen defense was much better. Transition defense was much better. Because as you know, when you defend and rebound and your defense is tight, you're rebounding the ball well, that leads to easy offense. And in the Big Ten, if you're letting Big Ten teams set up every time, it's going to be very difficult to score. So I'd say right around that away game at Ohio State.
And then, I thought your fan base, when we got to Madison Square Garden, New York, I thought your fan base showed up well. It seemed like a special time. I was amazed at the energy in the building. What was your takeaway from the Big Ten tournament and your guys' performance in Madison Square Garden?
Look, it was a dream come true for these guys. We just made a memory, right? Great win against Northwestern. The pass. Everybody thought Tony was going to shoot. The dunk by Josh Reeves. I thought we competed, ran out of gas a little bit in the second half versus Purdue, and that's what Purdue does to you. They're a top 10 team all season for a reason.
Yep.
But great to see the fan base. The last 4 or 5 days, we had 10,000 plus. The fan base came out to Madison Square Garden in droves. They were loud. It was exciting. What a platform. What a be on for Penn State basketball.
And then, I want to check in with you a little bit and just check in on the status of Mike Watkins. How's he doing, Coach?
He's doing well. He's getting rehab. We're still hopeful, but right now he's day to day. But, guys like Mike Watkins and young Stephen Bardos, they get really quickly. They bounce back really quickly. So I'm hoping for the best for him and our team.
And so moving forward from this point on, until you figure out who you're going to play, where you're going to play, like I said, hopefully it's NCAA tournament because I definitely think that you're an NCAA team, a worthy team, and can get some wins in the tournament. I know you're going back to do some individual work and you're sticking to the game plan. Is there anything that you'd like to see improve from this point moving forward?
You know what? There's always improvement. As I said from the beginning, let's take it one day at a time, one practice at a time, one lift at a time, one film session. Every rep matters. That's what we're going to work on. The foundation is defense, making sure we're doing all the right things, the little things, the detailed things to be that elite team and to play with the best teams in our league. You don't sweep Ohio State by not having great habits. So having 3 or 4 days off, we have to continue to reinforce those habits. And rebounding, we did a much better rebounding the ball. And I think you've noticed this. We didn't turn the ball over. Penn State did beat Penn State. We didn't hurt ourselves.
That's true.
wins in New York. So let's really focus on the things that we can control. And that's what we're going to do this weekend.
You know, I really want to make a comment and get your take on Shep Garner. I thought he was fantastic down the stretch. He had a sense of senioritis. It meant something to him. He had a sense of urgency. I mean, he played his tail off, and that play he made on Keita Bates-Diop in the tournament was fantastic. Can you talk about what he's meant to your program and how he's finishing up his last season?
So I'm gonna just overall his season was phenomenal. I mean, he shot over 40% from three, and I think you remember last year he shot in the low 30s.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say 32. So he really worked on his game. He had a great off season. But I'm gonna take you back to Northwest real quick in the Garden. He took a huge charge against Scotty Lindsey that fouled Scotty Lindsey out with a couple minutes ago.
Yep.
So that's a senior play. That's a leadership play. That's a game-winning play. Then we went to a switching defense at the end of Ohio State, and we knew we were running the risk of him getting on Diop. He makes the steal, the dive, the kickback. Who gets it back to Tony Carter to make the play? And then for a kid, I'm sure everybody's dreamed. Even though we didn't win the game, he dropped 33 in the Garden. I mean, that's something that he's cherished and talked about for a long time. But I think he much rather charge and the deflection and steal and dive on Diop than the 33. But what a phenomenal finish to a great career.
And Coach, for those that don't know, because you know there'll be people around the country seeing this. Tell me about your special relationship with these players and being able to recruit the way that you have out of the city of Philadelphia.
Well, I'm from Philadelphia, so I played in Philadelphia. I played Sunny Hill. I played for a legend and a Hall of Fame coach in Herb McGee. I worked at Villanova, so the waters run very deep with my relationships. And all the parents right now are probably having children that are ready to go to college. So they know who I am. And, that's the way it works. You know how it works.
Yep.
So, we have deep relationships in that area. My staff has deep relationships. And when you build trust like that, parents and family are willing to, to send their child to you because they know who you are. They know your character. They know your integrity. They know what you stand for. And that's why recruiting has definitely changed for us over the last couple of years. Okay,
Coach. So now here's your platform. Tell us why Penn State is in the NCAA tournament.
Well, I would say metrics for sure. I mean, Ken Palm, we're top 30. Sagarin, we're top 40. Who am I missing here? EPI, we're 26, I think. We have 3 wins over a top 25 team, so that's a quad 1 win. 9-9 with 2 wins in the tournament. Typically in the Big Ten past history, you're in.
Right.
So really a lot of positives for us and what we've done. Let me just put it this. We've been very consistent, even without Josh Hughes, Mike Watkins. We've been very consistent all year long. I mean, we're one of 12 teams to not lose by more than 12 points. And the other groups are Duke, Villanova, Virginia, and Purdue.
Wow.
And we're that group with teams that have been playing consistent all year long. That's why I believe we're an NCAA tournament team.
Well, Coach, that was wonderful. And one last thing, I always try to end these on something uplifting for young, aspiring basketball players that want to get to your level. What's a bit of advice that you have for high school players that really are trying to put the work in but want to try to get to your level?
Our thing is attitude, and I think that sets the foundation for everything else you're going to do. Because no way, shape, or form are you going to be around somebody with a bad attitude or bad work ethic. If they can wake up every day positive, upbeat, ready to tackle the day, because when it comes to your attitude, you're in control of your attitude. Nobody else. You are. Your brother, not your sister, not your mom, not your dad, not your coaches. You're in control of it. You get to choose your work ethic. You get to choose your move. You get to choose how you're going to approach that day and how you're going to accomplish that. If you take care of attitude, and everything else can fall in place if you truly love the game. You can't play this level if you don't love to play.
I agree. I totally agree. Well said. That's Coach Patrick Chambers from Penn State. That'll do it for this edition of Bardo's Breakdown. Coach, really appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing your name called in the field of 68 on Sunday.
Thanks, Steven. Take care, buddy.
All right, Coach. Take care. Thank you.